Hi everybody, it's week 11 and I'm just making my weekly little chat to you just to talk about what's happening this week. Well, it's pretty much working on assignment 3 and this morning I've been in the discussion forums quite a bit and particularly in the one relating to this task. And I think I've covered all of the questions that you had, but just in summary, yes, you can alter the words in these scaffolds in resources to reduce the word count if you want to. You should acknowledge the use of the scaffolds, and you should acknowledge the use of the GI icons if you use them. You can use the scaffolds in resources if you like with any other information literacy model. That's fine if you want to do that. Or you can make your own scaffolds. I just wanted to say to you that the assignment description is the most important thing, is the authority for you to use as you're doing this assignment. What else? Some of you are asking about the overarching question for the inquiry unit, and I think some of you have been looking for quite a long time for these overarching inquiry questions, which used to be in the syllabuses, but I think they're not anymore, not in NISA and not in ACARA. And so the use of an overarching question would just be in your inquiry unit and for the purposes of, pulling together an overarching inquiry question which would help students focus. Excuse me, a bit of a cough today. What else was there? There was some questions about when the marks were going to be available in Gradebook. I had to hold back those for a while because I was in a process of checking them all. They're all fine now, and I made them available today. So you should be able to see your marks now in Gradebook. What else? Linda Shearman, who's looking at the discussion forums apart from the assignment ones, during this subject, which has been the most terrific help to me. And it's also really good for you because she's a really outstanding practitioner who's achieved really a lot in her practice at Broughton Anglican College. She's created a spreadsheet of contributions to the forums over time, over the course of this subject. There's not a set number of contributions that you need to make to the discussion forums, but I think that it's good to be there as present as you can, bearing in mind that I know the content for this subject is quite intense and, there's a lot to do. But it's good to see that the rate of contributions has gone up since Alinda's been in there. And we're very lucky to have her because she's a wonderful practitioner and she's a model for what can be achieved by a TL with a strong relationship with the principal and approachable manner, who's just trusted by teachers and students in her schools. And also she's made strategic use of evidence-based practice for a very long time. She's great and it's really good to have her in our forums. The level of discussion, I've been cruising through a lot of the other forums this morning besides the assignment one, and I found the level of discussion really good. It's involved and it's passionate, and there's discussion about inquiry learning and information literacy and what the difference is, and a lot about conditions surrounding the teacher librarian role in schools. And I know that's a continuing issue. It's been going as long as I've been alive pretty much, and affected my practice as a teacher librarian very much as well. And all we can do is, do what we can with the opportunities offered by inquiry learning. So I just wanted to point out to you the most interesting response from Greta, one of our students who wrote very excitedly about guided inquiry. Just reiterating again that any form of inquiry learning is perfectly all right for this task, and guided inquiry is not the only way to go. But she got very fired up and it was just lovely to read. I'm going to read it to you. She says, "Yes, this is it. Let's do this. Yes, we need a new way of learning for the 21st century. Yes, school libraries should be the dynamic learning centres of schools, and school librarians should be vital partners in the inquiry process. Yes, inquiry that is guided by a flexible, collaborating instructional team will enable students to gain understanding and knowledge and be self-directed in their learning. Yes, the third space is where learning will be most meaningful. Yes, assessment throughout the process makes the most sense. Yes to information literacy, learning to learn, content learning, literacy competence and the development of social skills. Yes to connecting with what they already know. Yes to putting our students in the centre of learning. Yes, this is it. Let's do this, she says. And she also says, sensibly, yes, but many schools do not have the freedom to experiment in this way because of standards and curriculum constraints and requirements. Yes, but many schools do not have fully qualified and dedicated librarians and libraries and technology that provides equal access to online and print resources. Yes, but there are such prescriptions about assessment and reporting practice that restricts how teachers teach and assess. But then she sums up with, but I do think that this is at least a worthwhile model for a TL to know and to strive to support and implement, even if it cannot be in its purest form. Our students deserve a new way of learning, and we should do our best to guide them and support them as best we can. Yes, this is it. Let's do this in whatever form we are able. And I just think that was the most terrific post, and good on you, Greta, for those sentiments. They're very inspiring and also very sensible. So that's pretty much all I've got to say for this week. We're just going onwards with working towards getting the assignment done, and I'll be looking at your questions on the assessment forum, and Alinda will be continuing with monitoring the forums. Make use of her while she's here. She's, one of the best. Okay, so have a good week. Bye, everyone.